Imagine eating an old person's finger.
It's almost exactly what it's like.
Yeah. We're creating a little movie for people. Hi, I'm Storm Stacey. I race in the British Superbike Championship. And I do things like this. Hope you enjoy the video. So we start this video, we're rolling along in the roller. Just because I've got a roller doesn't mean I'm rolling. I've got my seatbelt on. A few people said in the last video, why don't you got your seatbelt on? Well, I've got my seatbelt on. I do always have my seatbelt on. There was one clip I didn't have my seatbelt on. But today we are going to Loxley Gin Distillers. And they make gin, but they also do a teaching class where you can make your own gin. So through the team, we've sorted a day for me to come and make my own gin. And the team boss said to me, he said, try and make a flavour that no one's done or that's a bit different. And I agree with that. Something that's a bit different, no one's done before as far as I'm aware, but I want it to taste quite good. So my thoughts are a Shandy flavoured gin, so mimicking the taste of Shandy. Because when it's a Sunday, I don't drink, but when it's a lovely hot Sunday day, or like weekday and it's dead nice, there's nothing better than to just chill out and have a nice refreshing cold Shandy. And I think if we can get that out of the gin, and then you can just put a bit of lemonade in it to have it to the like strength you want it, I think we'll be winning. But we're 22 minutes away. We are going to stop at a shop and get some beer and lemonade so we can try and do a taste comparison. But yeah, we'll see you when we get there. So we have made it to Loxley Gin Distillers. And we've got to try and make it in here. And we're going to try and get around that corner. We reverse. Not just a pretty face, mate, lad. Oh, it's tight. Very tight.
That's what she said!
Up there's where we're going, where they're mapped off. Well, we're here. So, to make a Shandy gin, come on. Once we've made the gin, I think it'd be interesting to do a side-by-side comparison to see how good of a job we've done. They sent me what ingredients I think we would do to make it taste the way it should, and it sounded a bit rare to me, but I'm sure they'll tell us. So I'm getting that into the videos now in the YouTube and understanding how to make a good video, I hope. That even before coming here, I have been here before once to talk about what we were doing, and I'm even drawing my thumbnails now, so that was my idea. That's me, holding a bottle of gin, that's the dog. And that's that thing, and some shelves, there's some shelves in the corner there. photographic memory that is, to every detail.
Good point. How, if you were making a
Say-
shandy, what are your ratios?
Yeah, so say what you just said, but again, because it wasn't on video.
Sorry, no, yeah, so we're just trying to work out some flavours, but we've got these. This is.
That looks like weed.
Yeah, it does. It's not. I promise. So
That'll be
if you
a
get that
funky
smell, it's a
shandy.
bit more like IPA-y, so I don't know if you're more of a lager drinker or a sort of.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's what they use to brew beer, so they're the hops gives like most of the flavour.
Okay.
You don't want to be eating too much of them, but it probably adds like a little bit of character. So what we're thinking is like the lemon, put a fair amount of lemon in. So
Yes.
you've got this kind of like
Yes.
lemonade-y thing and some of the other kind of spicy
My
things.
thoughts was if we made the gin to like we could get it to a place where it's got the shandy essence, but like a kind of the lager kind of side of it.
Okay.
And then you can just add more lemonade if you want to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think the lemonade is what makes the shandy.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I definitely think we go down that route. So you've already got juniper, coriander seeds, dandelion. Juniper, coriander seeds, orris root, and angelica root. Char. I mean, how do you feel about gin generally? Like a sort
I'm
of
not a massive gin drinker.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So you're going to get like a fair amount of that flavour, and it's just trying to find the balance of how much other stuff you want to come through. So what I'm thinking is we'll try and put a fair amount of that in,
Yes.
a fair amount of the other stuff to try and maybe just dilute, if you like, the juniper down a little bit.
Yeah,
So
well, you
get a
know
little
more
bit
than me.
of
I
that
don't.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. I think it's a solid concept. It's just exercising it a little bit, making sure it comes out okay. But I'll leave these out.
Perfect.
This is the what you're listening to? Podcasts. Were you listening to the It's Always Sunny podcast the other day?
No, then mate, you're right. Just making some gin at the school.
Oh right, okay.
I do a bit of YouTube and stuff, so making a video of it. Gin and tonic. See what it's like.
Storm's Dizzler on the gin.
The myth is, isn't it, that they put more ice in the glass so you get less liquid in it.
Yeah, not true. Because, well, as any sort of good bartender will tell you, ice keeps other ice cold. So that is going to melt very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I
Always have lots of ice.
Yeah, I mean, people, they think that, oh, you know, if I order less ice, I'm going to get more booze. It doesn't really work like that. You have legal measurement sort of requirements that you have to fill, so you can only serve things in certain quantities. Should be, I try and go a bit easier if you're driving. Normally we go a bit heavier than that.
So what percentage is that gin then?
So 40.5%. This is just our original gin, Sir Robin of Locksley, with a little slice of pink grapefruit and a splash of elderflower tonic. Won't put too much in, don't want to drown it on you just yet, but if you're not really a massive gin and tonic drinker, you should find it's a bit more your sort of thing. No pressure. A little bit more floral, a little bit sweeter than maybe a classic, you know, just Gordon's and tonic, say. And it's sort of
Yeah, no, that's nice.
It's you know, gin generally is a little bit of an acquired taste, I think. Gin.
So that's like straight gin on its own, isn't it? But like a weaker one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, I like a flavour in it. You taste like you're drinking pop.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're drinking something like a nice drink.
Yeah. I mean, and this is the thing. There's loads of people who are doing that. But when we started, there was very, very few of those sort of gins around. You had probably about 4 or 5 gins. So you had, you know, Gordon's, Beefeater, Tanqueray. If you were very lucky, you might find a bottle of Bombay Sapphire, and that was it. They're all pretty old school. And John basically came up with this concept as a gin that you can just sort of sip over ice like a single malt or a bourbon whiskey.
Yes.
So it's sort of somewhere between sort of a clean
No,
gin that
I'd
you just have
happily
a
sit and
stone.
drink that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a London Dry like all those other gins, so it's just slightly sweeter. So London Dry has a maximum of 0.1 grams of sugar per litre, which is quite a technical way of saying basically there's no sugar in it, which means that alcohol and sugar kind of balance each other. It can be a little bit harsh, so if you've ever tried to sip neat Gordon's, you probably haven't succeeded. So it's just got a little bit more sugar in it. It's got elderflower, pink grapefruit, juniper, coriander seeds and dandelion leaf in there. So there are...
I don't know if because that's like going into the liquid a bit more.
Well, it does a little bit, but
that tastes nicer
Yeah.
the more you drink it.
Yeah, and this is the thing, it sort of grows on you, I think. You know, as with pretty much any craft gins, you know, higher quality stuff. If you're used to just drinking this kind of supermarket owned brand stuff, which I can promise you is made in maybe not always the best way, and also with the bare minimum botanicals and the bare minimum of everything really, you will find that you'll enjoy it more. But yeah, so down here is our blending and bottling room. So this is where we produce. Or second half of how we produce all of our gin. Do you know anything about gin production at all?
Not really.
Yeah, it's
I know it's a lot of alcohol, and then I was surprised because this shows how much I don't know.
Yeah.
That it was water that watered it down.
Yeah, I mean, so nearly every single spirit, with very few exceptions, will be watered down.
Yeah.
So
see, I didn't know that at all.
yeah. So what tends to come off once you've distilled, or with our gin, it's about 80%. With other spirits it can range, but it's normally somewhere up that higher end,
Yes.
so sort of 70s plus. And yeah, in order to get it down to say 40%, which is what most of the most spirits will be clocking in at, you need to add. It's nearly half water, most of it.
Right.
Certainly with stuff
I
like
don't
vodka.
know what I thought would be in there, but
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was water. But it makes
So
sense.
our base is this stuff here. It's a wheat base. So it's effectively the strongest vodka you've ever come across in your life. It's
Wow.
we call it NGS or neutral grain spirit.
Yeah, you can keep that.
Yeah, 96%. Just smells like a hangover. It's not our cup of tea.
96%.
Yeah, but it's not just to be drunk like that. We're going to whip that upstairs to the distillery where we'll go next, and you're effectively infusing that through distillation with all the botanicals, so juniper, coriander, dandelion, pink grapefruit, and elderflower. Then it comes out, as I say, about 80%, but now chock full of flavour. And then we have to whisk it down here and blend it into something you're actually going to want to drink by the glass. So generally, yeah.
When when I came before and we were talking, they said they had a barrel that was sitting and fermenting.
So
That's the barrel.
this is a this is the barrel. This is a Takai barrel. So John has had a little bit of experience, quite a lot of experience in the wine trade. So.
Because that's a white wine in there, isn't it?
So this is it was a Takai, which is Hungarian dessert wine. So yeah, white wine, but a lot sweeter. So you get this kind of like honey and honeysuckle notes.
I never knew. Again, this shows how much I don't pay attention to alcohol or anything. But the barrels, certain colour barrels, change the colour of the wine, don't they? So
yeah. So
they sit in the barrel and it soaks the colour out of the barrel to make the colour of the wine.
Whiskey's an excellent example of that, because anything that you distill, so when you distill stuff, what comes out is basically alcohol, some flavour compounds, some other stuff, but a little bit of water. But all of those things are clear.
Yeah.
So any spirit comes out clear. If it's got any colour in it whatsoever, will have either been sat in a barrel for a period of time. So American whiskey, for example, is generally quite dark.
Yeah. It's in massive barrels.
Yeah, so they use what you call new oak barrels, so they've not been used before. This is not an example of a new oak barrel, so we'll give you slightly less flavour.
It's a does the job barrel.
Well, no, but it's we've intentionally bought it off somebody else because we want the flavour not just from the oak but also from the wine. So there's different sort of, almost like a bit of seasoning.
Yeah.
So any spirit that has any colour, it's either had colour added to it, maybe nefariously, sort of additives and flavourings and all that kind of stuff, or it's just been sat in a barrel for long enough to turn totally brown or partially. I mean, I don't know if you can pull a little bit out, you might be able to see. I mean, you can kind of make out the colour, but most gins you would think of as clear. Let's see if I can fit in. Maybe not.
I will say I don't like wine.
No wines at all.
No, I'm not a massive fan of wine.
There's probably a wine out there somewhere for you, just haven't found it
On
yet.
Christmas Day, they were like, my mum was drinking wine and stuff, and like, yeah, it's not for me. Not for me.
I don't know if I can find the...
To me, it's just like, I wouldn't go as far as it, but like, if I was in a torture room, it's the type of thing they'd be giving me every day.
Wine? That's so strange. Because it's well nice.
Yeah, I don't know, I think maybe it's one of them things that you like when you get older.
Clear. And you can kind of see it's got a very, very, very slight
Yeah, it's got a slight
colour
tinge
to it.
it.
Now, if we'd have, and the bigger quantity, the more you'll see it. But you can just make it almost looks a little bit like a sort of martini or a vermouth. So, yeah, the longer you leave it in there, the more colour it's going to take on. If we'd have taken a different barrel, so next door, well, we may be moving on to it next. We've got a couple of other barrels, but we've got a Pedro Jimenez sherry cask, so really, really dark wine. That will give it a load more flavour from the wine and from the char on the barrel as well. So it has a little bit more flavour. If you want to try something, you can. It is 57.5%, but it should be a little bit smoother. That is obviously just neat.
Oh my god! Wow, that's like burning my tongue.
Yeah. So it's a little bit
my
more of a
God.
sort of specialist.
Oh my god! No, thank you. No, thank you.
It come out of there a little bit better than it come out of you.
Yeah, yeah. No, thank you. No, it's not me.
No, but that's fine. So this is the thing: is like gin's actually a very diverse category. That is maybe more of a refined option, let's say.
It's
more
funny though, because
specific
like you
category.
must get like old people come on these schools and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I really like that wine." I'm here like, "No, that's horrible."
Yeah. No, and this is the thing. I mean, everyone's got different preferences. I mean, over there in the corner.
I don't drink at all, and like I'm starting to feel a bit wobbly, if I'm honest. And all I've had's that little bit.
So I'll close the door behind us, and then you keep some of the heat in. Oh, sure. Awesome. Cheers for that.
Well, that's the look around done. I think it's time to make ourselves some Shandy gin, or at least try to. As you know, we always love a brew.
Big angle stiz.
I know, it looks ace, that does.
Quite delicate scales. It just happens to be most people use them for particularly delicate activity. Pass your nose over all of that. Tell me what you think as a sort of, and then if you can try and imagine blending in the hops and the.
That smells amazing.
Yeah, so that's just the lemon.
Oh my god.
And then the bergamot is a different kind of citrus fruit, so kind of similar to a lemon, but somewhere between a lemon and a sort of pomelo or grapefruit. So it kind of adds that extra little bit of sort of lemony flavour. Almond you don't need to put loads in because it's just going to be subtle, kind of like grounding flavour.
Yeah. I don't know, I have no idea about mixing and what that'll do by putting that in, but I think not much lemon, because that'll be, that smells strong of lemon.
But you are also competing with that, which is quite strong.
So you know more than me, you know more than me.
And bee pollen, which can be quite strong as well.
It smells horrible, that does, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's what they make beer out.
Yeah, yeah.
So it is. I think you've got to put. We're probably just going to put one in,
Yes.
which I think will hopefully.
I think we aim more for the lager taste.
Yeah. Maybe one.
So Sizzler Fizz Pop. Alky Pop, innit?
Pop 1.5 grams of the almond in.
Just guide me, because I have no idea.
So just get a feel for it. Put that much in. We'll see how much it is. So not that much at all. Keep
So 150 I've got to go.
Yeah, 1.5. Yeah.
It's fine. You can take it. You can take it back out. It's not the end of the world. You might want to just take like the edge of the spoon out.
I feel like I'm defusing a bomb.
Pretty close.
Very, very precise. It's good doing it because obviously taste and smell are pretty similar. It does change a little bit in the still, but see what you're thinking so far. So it should just be like the underpinnings of stuff. Now it's not super like beery, but this is where these come in.
I kind of want to make my shandy in the bottle just to see like what that would smell like, but I don't know if it would be kind of the same smell, would it?
Well, it won't be for now, but this is the thing. So this is where we're aiming for. As soon as you pop the ale cost in, that's going to add a little bit of this kind of beery notes. So this is well, the first time we've distilled this warm, so we've vacuum distilled it at low temperature, but we've not used it in here. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. So just trying to think of how we might go about doing that. But I don't think it looks super heavy, not really at all. So maybe if we go for a gram or so of that. Is there anything that you think you need a little bit more of or less of, given what you?
I don't know, because I don't know what to smell. I don't smell shandies all the time.
Just drink them.
Well, I don't drink them that often. So.
Well, I think that's relatively close.
Yeah, I think
especially since you have the heart.
No, I wouldn't, but I'm just agreeing with him because he keeps saying it. He keeps saying it smells better. I'm like, yes, it smells good.
That's nice.
I think it's got kind of a beery, like musk.
So this is the thing. The way these work, like when they rehydrate, they kind of break up, and you get a bit more of that flavour disseminated. I'm pretty sure it will.
You can eat them pellets, can't you?
Do you want to? It probably won't be super nice, but it's like if you want to.
I'll do it if you do it.
It literally looks like bird food. So what is it?
So it's like the stuff that they use in brewing to add the flavour. So hops come in sort of like afterwards to, you know, like you use sort of ales in your IPAs and stuff. It's a bit musky. They're like a little bit kind of quite rich. I wouldn't say I would go around eating them all the time.
Let's have a smell of just that. So,
Yeah.
you're mad, mate. You're mad.
It's like... It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
They're kind of soapy but also old at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
It is the best.
There's a...
Imagine eating an old person's finger. That's it.
That's almost exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So we don't want too many of those, otherwise it's going to end up
Yeah.
like tasting.
Take the one out you put in.
Yeah, no, you do want to.
No
I'm
one
joking,
people's
I'm
fingers.
joking.
I think that'll be quite good. So
I'm going savage off Margaret's finger downstairs.
They saw me, they came bounding over. And I just made it into the front door in time.
Get Dolly the way she rags the bed about wherever she's gone.
So
Where's it gone?
It's with a new mate. Because she's got two. Yeah. Oh my god. Proper
Put your tongue
taste
out,
in the
isn't
mouth there.
Oh, it's nice.
no, not quite. We've
Oh my god, breathing in's funny. You get like a proper rush of it.
That's about 10.
Still Stacey Tash.
you want to put both of these two bottles, all of those.
All of those.
So that there is your grain spirit, 96% stuff. And that's just tap water.
In any particular order? Or?
No, it's up to you. You can try the grain spirit a little bit if you like. Put your finger
I'm
in
okay.
It. It's
I'm all right. And then stylish. So, what do we do now, headmaster?
Now what you want to do is pop this back on the top and just give it a nice firm push down to create a nice seal. Alright.
Yep.
Then you want to pop it on here and screw it into the condenser just there.
I feel like I'm back in school in science when I went. I think that's it.
So it's just going to warm up the stuff that's in the still, so the botanicals, the alcohol and the water. Boiling point of ethanol, you have to take a rough guess.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I don't know. No, I don't know.
So-
Like 90 Fahrenheit?
So, well, I actually don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. 78 degrees Celsius or just over.
Alright,
So a
okay.
bit lower than water. So the idea in terms of theory is that you're heating all these up together. The flavour compounds from all the botanicals we've just weighed out go in. They kind of almost infuse into that alcohol. The alcohol will boil off, and because we're never going to quite get to 100, the water should all pretty much stay where it is. Then runs down this arm just here. It's forced down through the condenser. So this is just a tube that runs through some cold water effectively. So it's always circulating, keeps it nice and cold. So that will immediately drop that vapour below 78 degrees, at which point it turns back into a liquid. It will run out of this tube here and it will collect down into the beaker. Then we can collect it and you'll see that different flavour compounds come off at different points. Yeah.
All the way off, and then what, sorry?
Grab your little beaker out from underneath and just replace it with that.
Oh, that was swiftly.
Lovely. Then you want to be putting, well, as much as you like, but probably all.
Oh! That is strong.
Probably all of the water. So all of it will get you one full-size bottle. If you want it stronger than like 45, which
I don't
is
want
pretty
it strong. Bosh!
Give it a little stir.
Got to melt the spoon, that will.
Keep going.
Yeah?
Yeah, should be. Let it, it's just to
And
make
that'd
sure.
be the gin done then?
Yeah, that is now gin.
Sure smells like it.
Go on, shot it, go on.
What, the whole thing?
20 minutes of driving.
20 quid to do that and drive home.
We cannot condone that behaviour. It is very.
So now, let me just grab you a funnel. Not loads, it's like you get that almost bit of. If you want to pull that into there, just take it easy. You lift that slightly, then it will go in. A bit quicker.
Would you look at that? Stiz gin, that is.
Stizzler bubbles, Stizzler everything.
That is pretty cool.
Hey, oh.
What's this doing?
Alcohol test. Just got to wait for that to clear and then I can test
Where
the
do I have to
alcohol.
blow then? I'm trying to drive so bad. We don't condone that behaviour, like she said. Drinking and driving is very bad. Unless you're me.
And you don't drink.
Oh, no, I don't drink. That's cool though, that is, isn't it? Hey up.
So about 47.1.
It's quite strong then, isn't it?
Yeah.
What considered to be as 4.
Lots of lemonade.
Yeah, lots of lemonade. So when you make this gin, then it's basically starting off as vodka then, and then you make it into gin.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, it's sort of the simplest way of wrapping your head around it. Is pretty much. I mean, you're taking a sort of a neutral spirit, which effectively, if you watered it down, would be a vodka, and then just redistilling it in the presence of flavouring agents, botanicals, and that, and then ending up with something that has hopefully a more unique flavour.
You know when like tyres are flat and they're flat at the bottom, they're never flat at the top.
I just realised the arms on that clock are dead small.
Like yours.
You what?
Your arms. You look like you're doing something interesting over here. Gary's got one of these, my sponsor. He doesn't use it much, it's his personal computer. Do you want to sponsor us? And I won't ask him, I'll just wait for him to watch the video because he watches all the videos. And then he'll message me and say, no.
So that's with your original logo, but I've not dropped out that white.
Yes.
yet. So I think with the white out and the yellow coming through, it might.
Yes, it'll pop really well.
See how you got the white, because this is the PNG on that, the yellow's coming through. It doesn't have to be yellow, you can change the background colour if you want. This is just from the previous idea. And let's change this then, the hashtag to.
It's actually not too bad.
I'll just put actually not too bad. You tasted it yet? Is it actually not too bad?
I don't know. It's not going to be poisonous, is it? So. That's a cool label though.
Oh!
Inspired by motorbikes and Shandy. So we normally do with the gin school, we do 2 separate labels. We have the gin school recipe, which you'll have written down. So then we'll do this one for you for your bottle as well. So we've got special labels.
Yeah, I like it.
So we can print it in the house.
Yeah.
So that is 5 a.m.
Just turn over to drop that.
Yeah, that white, definitely get rid of the white. I don't know if to say we do like the pink or purple, you know, that kind of colour we use for thumbnails. Because I
For the
like to
background.
use, yes, I like to use colours that you like recognise. So if you keep showing people the same colour, they'll look at that colour and go, I've seen that there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
So it's,
definitely makes sense. You know what colour it is?
I don't, either the pink or the blue. Bottom line.
Yeah, you see that line just sort of runs all the way around
Yeah.
there. Just use that.
Do it
as
just above it.
Keep that straight, and then keep the bottom of the label straight with that, and you'll be able to.
It's a full colour. It's, It doesn't have to be exactly on the line. I would go a couple of millimetres up. Just try and get it parallel. Squeeze it down, that's it. And then do it like you were doing something with a film on glass. So you peel the back off and then push it around from that edge. Don't get any air bubbles and stuff. Push it out from the centre, out to the sides. Cool, but
The aim was with this gin was to try and make it like a shandy. So to make a shandy you need beer and lemonade. So for me it was more to make the beer taste out of the gin and then top it up with the lemonade to get your sweetness and weaken it off to how much you want. So we have got it finished now. This is the finished product. It looks marvellous. So all we need to do now is do a taste test and see how it is compared to an actual made shandy. That pops off easy enough.
I'll do. You've got to save some.
Triple. That's a very big measure.
It's a really healthy measure, that one. That's a COVID pour.
I'm just curious how much you poured.
How much is in the jigger?
That was, I think you poured 50 mil. Let me just see this because I just am curious how big a pour you gave
What was that
yourself.
one? Just 25?
That was about 50. And that's 60. So that's a quadruple measure you poured yourself. That would be 4 gin and tonics worth of gin that you poured yourself.
It's alright, COVID, isn't it?
Yeah,
COVID measure.
absolutely. So do you want a double?
No, single
A
please.
single. Okay, so let's pour 30 mils into there. Yeah, there you go. Pour the rest into the bottle. So that's a single measure.
And how
of
much is
gin.
in there?
30 mil.
Yeah. Shows how much I don't drink.
Not a massive gin drinker. That would have been a really strong gin and lemonade.
Have we got a bottle opener?
Yeah. Right there.
So my Tad, these guys are sponsored by this lemonade. She did make me use this one. I did have a Tesco one, but she advised me to use this one. Got a bit left there. So would that be? Would you? I think you'd usually have more lemonade than that, really. Wouldn't
It
you?
depends
Have
on
you got more
your
bottles of
taste.
that?
See, we do have more bottles
Yeah,
of that.
I'll
Yeah,
put the
you can
rest
use
of
that
that
full. Because then there's a full bottle for your actual shandy as well.
If you're having, but if you're having that with ice, you know, if you put 3 or 4 ice cubes in there, I mean, we put loads of ice in because
Yeah.
it helps keep it chilled.
See a shandy, you wouldn't have ISO, would you?
You wouldn't know, but in that cup, they're designed to have 6, 7, 8 cubes of ice, which is going to make that a full drink in that cup.
That's actually really nice.
Did you say that's actually really nice?
That
what I
is
heard?
really nice.
Are you happy?
That is really nice.
Does it taste?
No, it doesn't taste
Shandy-like?
alcoholic.
No, but does it taste shandy-like at all?
That is
Do you get
nice.
any of
That
that
is-
bitter?
Maybe it's the perfect.
Oh, Elliot.
That tastes like a shandy.
It does. You definitely get
That tastes
some
like a
kind
shandy.
of
The
beer.
aftermath when you
Yeah.
when you finished it.
Nice one. Well done.
That's good.
Is less
You've
than
gone this
creative
far.
cleaning of my
Could be possible.
Doing the nose test.
I could
Yeah.
I could drink that whole bottle. Honestly. I could
Don't
that
drink it all at
portion
once.
there I could drink that whole bottle. That is lovely.
Definitely
See
have a
that's a gin for me. because it doesn't. It's not strong.
Yeah.
For me, that's
Yeah.
right. I could happily drink
You
that.
make the.
Just when you make one for yourself,
We need to
make
make
sure
a proper
you do
shandy
measure,
now.
'cause
Have
it
you
will
got
be
another
strong.
bottle of lemonade?
Yes, right there.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry. Did you just try it, darling? I think you're quite
That's amazing. Goes on easy, that doesn't it? When it's a bit
Yeah.
moist. Moist. So let's have a proper shandy.
Try the tonic.
Yeah.
That's good tonic.
What do you think?
That's nice.
Have we succeeded? See, I'm not a tonic man. I don't
Did you-
like
did
tonic.
you try it
I
with
like
tonic, John?
lemonade.
Let's do the tonic, yeah. Definitely getting the sarsaparilla.
Just right. Meant to do that.
There's some of that.
I think it's. Yeah, I'm well happy with it.
Yay.
I'd be happy to sell that, like.
Excellent.
Because I was thinking, like, if we did it, and we were like, it's like we do it, but then like sell a bit, like we might have to tweak it a bit. Like I thought, there's no way we'll get it like first try, but that's really
Elliot
nice.
is very good at
Yeah, no,
getting
well
what
done,
you
Elliot.
want out of your gin. He's our flavor guru.
Yeah, that's. It's not. It's obviously not quite the same. It
No.
never will be exactly the same, but that's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's very sweet. And then
You test the ABV?
Yeah.
47. 46. Well, I wasn't sure if you'd done it yet, so it was generic.
It probably is 46 degrees.
no, it's good. But no, I do like that. I would drink that. It's lovely.
Oh. So get a feel for who wants to buy a bottle from your
Oh, there'll
YouTube
be people who want to buy that.
Yeah.
100%. I think 20 sounds like a reasonable number.
20 bottles. Yeah.
Do I owe you anything for today?
No.
No? You sure?
Fun day out.
Yeah, no, that's been
We
good.
got to see the roller.
Yeah. I'm thinking what to do.
Get back to Staffordshire then.
Yeah, we should be alright. As long as it don't rain. Wipers don't work. Yeah, no, thank you for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Good fun.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I'm out of line.
Especially us
Yeah.
having Dolly. She's welcome anytime. Look at her all sweet.
Yeah, no, that is proper cool. Proper cool. I can't wait to let my mum try it and see what she thinks.
So it will change a little bit over the next week. It'll calm down a little bit. Yeah, because you've got freshly distilled that.
So we're done at Loxley's now. We've made the gin. We've tested the gin. It was fun making it, but no, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having us,
Thanks
John.
for coming, yeah.
If you guys are interested and the numbers are enough, I will get 20 crates of this done and we will sell it. But see what you guys think, and I'll see what my mum says when she gets back, because she's a true gin connoisseur. She loves gin. So yeah, her reaction should be your whether to buy or not. But what do you reckon? Do you reckon they should buy it?
Yeah, we've all tried it and it's lovely, yeah.
Yeah?
The nail made with the shandy in it would be great.
I think we've smashed it then. Because as a bike racer, I think if I was to drink on a weekend, it'd only be light, so it'd be a shandy. So inspired by motorbikes and shandy.
Top G.
quality bit of Rolls Royce engineering.
I saw you chatting her up about telling her you got a Rolls Royce.
She loves it. Back in mine, eh? She went, oh, that looks an old car. When it's just a Rolls Royce.
What did he say? You made next to the Starbucks sign. He said something. I saw him.
He said nice car.
Did he?
So, this is the actual decider whether the gin is any good. As I mentioned in the previous clip, my mum is basically a gin connoisseur. She loves gin. So, if it's any good, she's the woman to say. Whew! I need to do it in the middle here, so I can actually...
What flavour is it?
Shandy.
It is Shandy.
Shandy flavoured gin. So you don't want much.
You're not kidding.
So, dig in.
Cheers.
Lovely.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. You're not just saying that because I'm hearing it.
No.
No, honestly, it's
Why would I?
beautiful.
What do you think it tastes like?
Shandy? Gin? I can taste the flavours in it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Would you drink that?
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Would you reckon, if I was to do some production then, do you reckon they should buy that?
Definitely. Definitely.
Because I've not heard of a Shandy gin and neither had Loxley, so I think it's definitely something that most people need to try at least once.
Lovely.
She can't stop now, I told you. Right. I may as well end the video here. Thank you for watching this video. It has been fun making it. Yeah. Hope everyone's had a good New Year and everything. Enjoy some gin. Everyone deserves a bit.